All right, folks, we are about to get underway and get it started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So the big question is this: how do voiceover artists like us who are looking to take our careers to the next level, but don't buy into the claims of needing expensive equipment and demos, start bringing in new clients? How do you follow a clear path to changing your voiceover side hustle into your full-time job and stick it to those that said you couldn't? Those are the questions, and this podcast will give you the answers. My name is Earl Hall, and welcome to In the Booth with Earl Hall, where we know how to grind and don't quit. Hey folks, and welcome into In the Booth with Earl Hall. I'm so excited to be here with all of you folks. If you're in right now at the beginning, it is awesome. Go ahead and put a comment in the chat area, whatever. Let me know you're here. I love giving you guys shout outs, and I want to thank you so much for tuning in live and even on the recorded version if you were not able to be here live. Absolutely love all of you guys for your support. Definitely appreciate it. You guys know I'm here Monday through Friday for voiceover artists that are looking to start, build, and grow a successful voiceover career. You know, I've just found over the years of doing this, there's way too many gatekeepers that have nothing to do with your business. Who are those gatekeepers? Those gatekeepers are unfortunately folks in the voiceover industry. And that just kind of really ticks me off sometimes, especially when I see up-and-coming voiceover artists, folks that are just in, or maybe even folks that have been in for a while, looking for advice on things to do. When you've got this person saying, hey, you should do this, you've got another person saying, hey, you should do that. What the heck do you do? Let me tell you something that it took me a while to figure out, and I hope that you don't take this long to figure this same thing out. And that thing is, do not sit around and waiting. Do not sit around waiting for other people's approval for you to be great. And I say that over and over again. Do not wait around for someone to give you approval to do whatever the heck it is you want to do with your business. Specifically, I'm talking about how much you charge, where you get your work from. You know, it's all this stuff that seems, do you know what the term bougie means? Just so fancy and over the top and all that other kind of stuff. It just seems ridiculous to me that so much goes on in the voiceover industry that seems to actually hinder voiceover artists from being able to do what it is that they need to do, which is build their voiceover business. So today, one of the things I want to talk about, because I talk a lot, and most of the things that I talk about deal with obviously building your business. I want to talk about Fiverr for a minute. I want to talk about Upwork for a minute as well. So much controversy, maybe not controversy, but misunderstanding of how to use freelance sites, and maybe additional ways to use freelance sites that are probably going to drive what it is that you're doing to complete new levels. And I really believe this is possible to do. All it takes is making sure that you're following some simple steps on a daily basis that will help you grow within what you're doing, which is trying to build your voiceover business. I'm trying to figure out, I'm looking all over the place because I'm trying to figure out why one of my little things isn't working here. And I'm going to take a moment and I'm going to get that working. Now, Fiverr, more than any other freelance website, gets flack. That's the site that gets flack. More so than not, across the board, from anyone that you listen to in voiceover. You'll hear people talking about you are, devaluing your work if you do work on Fiverr. You are not acting appropriately if you want to be a professional voiceover artist if you are on Fiverr. And I hear this all the time. And I see it all the time in the different groups that are out there and the different chat sessions that you see going on. It just seems to be one of those things that unfortunately is getting around, and it's hindering you. And specifically the you that I'm talking to are probably the newer voiceover artists that haven't really figured out a bunch of the stuff that you need to figure out in order to really be successful in voiceover. So here's the thing about Fiverr. And most of the people talking about Fiverr aren't even on Fiverr. Some of them aren't even on Upwork. You have people bad-mouthing every freelance site that's out there. If you're a brand new voiceover artist and you want to learn and you want to get your chops wet and you want to start getting work, the freelance sites, Fiverr is the place to go. Now, here's what I want to tell you. And I'm going to do some screen shares here in a bit as well. Hello, Shelly. What's up? MySpace vid guy looks good. What software do you use for your live green screen effect? I am using OBS Studio. That's what I use. Okay. Now, Fiverr. All the people talking against Fiverr out here. They think that all you are able to charge is $5. Now, on Fiverr, you have to have at least 1 gig. That is $5. But that does not have to be the only thing that you do. And it does not mean that you charge $5 for a 10-hour audiobook, or a 5-hour e-learning project. No. You can set your prices any kind of way that you want to get work. Now, you can charge $5 a word. You can charge $5 for 50 words. And then on top of that, you start adding on things. Okay, do you want all the rights to this audio file to be able to do with what it is that you want? Tack on $50, tack on $300, whatever. Do you want background music in your audio file? Tack on $20, tack on $50. Do you want extra audio processing for special effects? Tack on $50, tack on $100. It's all in using the site that is best going to fit you. Fiverr is not a cheap, or doesn't have to be a cheap site, but let's just be honest. A lot of people are price shopping. And if someone is price shopping, it's not the customer you want if you are an established voiceover artist. Now, here's what I mean by that. Now, if you're just getting started and you just want to start getting some work, go ahead and put out a $5 gig and you'll do a 30-second commercial or you'll do a 1-minute commercial. No frills, whatever, just your voice. Just do it to start getting some work and to start getting some referrals or whatever, ratings basically on Fiverr. Do that for a couple weeks. Get a couple jobs. Do it. A 1-minute commercial is going to take you, what, 5 minutes? Okay. So you just made $4 because if you make 5, Fiverr takes $1 for every $5 you make. So that's about 20%, or that is 20%. So that's what you have to look at. What's up, Nick Denton in the house, one of my VOFT members. Glad to see you here. So now, price what it is that you want to price, but don't. What drives me up a wall is when people listen to people that have never been on these sites, disparage the site to discourage you from going there and actually getting legitimate work. Now, price shoppers, they're not your client base. They're not. Don't try and sell the unsellable on what it is that you have and the quality it is that you produce. If all they're looking for is the rock bottom price, let them pay rock bottom prices to someone else. The thing about sites like Fiverr and Upwork is that more and more companies are coming to these sites to find out how to get, yes, probably lower cost rates than you would have it going through like a voices.com or a voices123. Yes, they're doing this, and bigger companies are finding out that they can get some really good talent. Now, they're not price shoppers. They don't want the $5 guys because you seem cheap. That's just being honest. You kind of seem cheap if you're willing to give someone the world for $5. Have some self-worth about yourself and make sure that at least you're getting paid what you feel like you ought to get paid. Now, does that mean you have to charge industry standard rates? Let me just tell you something. I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to say this until the cows come home. I hear this term, industry standard rates, and it drives me up a wall. Now, use them maybe as a guide or whatever, but the people setting the industry standard rates are the people doing the work. The market, the potential client, the market dictates how much they will pay, not you. It's just that simple. You can say, I will do a 1-minute commercial for $550, and if the market does not want to pay that, they will not pay it. Now, maybe someone will, and I'm just using that as an arbitrary number. $2,000. I'll take $2,000 for a 30-second commercial. Okay. If there's a market for that, go in that market and get it. But if the market or the waters that you're swimming in, which is your market, whatever or whomever you're going after, that's your market. They dictate how much they'll pay. And they will find someone that will pay what they're willing to pay. That being said, have a standard and don't go below that standard. It doesn't mean that you're charging too much because someone doesn't want to pay it. But if you're getting work consistently at the rate that you're charging, it means that the market bears it. They will continue to go on. Devon, what's up? You're in the house. I see you here. Agree with the rock bottom price strategy. Someone else will do it. I just thank them anyway for considering me. Absolutely. It is a powerful, powerful thing to be able to say no. It's a powerful thing to be able to say no and move it on, keep it moving, and go to the next thing. Especially when you've developed a rhythm and you've got a flow going and you're getting clients and you're getting work in and all of this and that, it's a flow that happens. Now, on every freelance site, believe me, there are the price shoppers that are out there, and it's almost like they will, and I've seen this, it's almost like they will try and guilt you into or embarrass you into doing work. It's like, well, I'll find somebody to do it. I want to put the middle finger up, but I'm not going to do it, on camera. But it's like, go ahead, go ahead and do that. Thank you so much. But when people send me, excuse me, when people send me instant messages on all of these things in regards to, what am I saying here? People send me these things in regards to their work. What am I trying to, the word I'm thinking of here? They want you to put a bid in. And they'll say something like, we want this, and, our budget is $10. And they want the world. And I just simply respond no. On sites like Fiverr, you have to respond, otherwise your ratings go down. So you have to respond. So I'll simply respond like a single word, no, period, send. You're not wasting my time. I'm not going to explain to you the value that's in this, because through everything you've said, you've already told me that you're price shopping, and I'm not in there. I'm not in there. So let's keep it moving on. What's up, Donna? You are powerful. I am powerful. Yes, you are. You are powerful. All right. Using sites like Fiverr, and I'm going to give you my real ninja tactic after I give you this particular one or two. I'm going to give you my real ninja tactic on Fiverr and all of these freelance sites that are out there. The one thing that you want to make sure that you do if you're really, really interested in getting work on freelance sites is you've got to be putting in bids all the time. All of these freelance sites that are out there, name one, doesn't matter. They have a way for buyers to put in bids to sellers. You are the seller. You're selling your services. So there is a way that every day, any time of day, you go in and you see requests that people have for voiceover. And you find one that you like, but you put in as many of these as you can to the ones that make sense. Now, here are the ones that make sense. And listen to this, because there are some that you should ignore. When you get a buyer that has put in a request for proposal for you guys to put in proposals, if they are overboard with information, I mean, it's jam-packed with, this is what I need, this is the sound I'm going for, here's an example file of what I need, this is the tone I'm looking at, and they're just filling it up. This is the flow, all of that. Those are the folks you want to work with. You want to put in a proposal based on what it is that they're saying and use their own words in your proposal so that they know you heard them. If they say something, I'm looking for a male voiceover artist with a British accent that can do blah, 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 blah. You start off, hey, see your proposal, you're looking for a male voiceover artist with a British accent. I happen to be one. Also, I see that, and you go through, and you just reiterate what they're saying so that they know you know what they're talking about with that. And those are the people that you want to work with. Excuse me. Are the people that give you tons of information about what they're looking for. Those are serious people. Stay away from the proposals that simply say, I need a male voiceover artist for a 30-second commercial. What's the commercial? Where is it going to be aired? Do you need male or female? Do you need an accent? Are there characters in this? There's no information. The smaller the written request is, the more hesitant you should be of it. And the smaller it is, the quicker you should ignore it. Because that is going to give you nothing but problems and a lot of back and forth because they're not being clear with what it is that they're saying. So you want to make sure that you spend your time wisely when putting in proposals on any of these particular freelance websites, because that is your time. Let me change up something here. Vaughn over on Periscope says, Fiverr is amazing as a buyer. I'm an artist, so there are a lot of resources I use. Actually, Fiverr is a resource for me as a voiceover artist to do some of the things that I want to do. In particular, getting things like email list and having people go through and do data mining and things like that for people that I want to target in my industry that I'm targeting for that specific week or whatever. Vaughn, I think you're the first person that has put in a comment from Periscope. Thank you. We're broadcasting live on Periscope, Facebook, and YouTube, which is my home base. And by the way, wherever you're listening to, please go ahead and subscribe, follow, like, whatever. If you're over on YouTube, if you have not subscribed to the YouTube channel, please subscribe to that. When you subscribe to it, go ahead and tick the bell that comes up after you hit the subscribe button on YouTube. As a matter of fact, in the right over here on YouTube, that little face of me says subscribe. If you click that, you can subscribe now and subscribe to the channel. When you tick the bell, it lets you know when I'm live or when I upload a new video, so you never have to miss it. Now, I'm here Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, Monday through Friday, right here, doing this on all those channels that I just mentioned, YouTube, Twitter or Periscope, and two of my Facebook pages, one of them being Steps to Voiceover Success, the other one, my page, Earl Hall Studio, broadcasting live right now. When you're looking for places to, proposals to put in on these different sites, you want one that has a lot of information. Those are the ones that you want to go after, the ones that have a lot of information so that you can be very, very clear about what it is they're looking for and be able to have an intelligent conversation. Now, the ninja tactic. On all of these sites, there is a rule that you cannot contact buyers. You cannot attempt to contact them. You cannot contact them outside of the platform. If you get a job from a certain person, you're not allowed to talk to them on the phone. You're not allowed to try and email them, which I understand. These sites consider them to be their clients. You're simply a service provider to them. They're not really your clients. They're that platform's clients. And that's how they see them. Ninja tactic. If you're looking for something, for instance, and you're looking for people to work with in voiceover, and say you're looking through proposals and bids, things of that nature, or even looking at other voiceover artists' gigs and looking at the comments and to see what people have said about them, here's one thing I figured out. And I figured this out last year. Ninja tactic. Most times when people register on a site, they use a name that's common throughout all of their other social media platforms. Just like me, I have, I think on Fiverr, it's Earl Hall Studio, Earl Hall VO, I can't remember. But you can find me on Instagram under the same name. The ninja tactic is just that. Looking to see who real buyers are by searching around, looking at the username that they use, and most of the time they either use a picture or they use a logo. Go on Facebook, go on Twitter, go on Instagram, search that same name. Now you can contact them directly. It's outside of that freelance site. No worries. Go ahead, make your pitch. You know, don't tell them that you're on a certain freelance site. As a matter of fact, when you can get work off of a freelance site and do it yourself as opposed to the freelance site, then obviously you're not paying any fees for that. And you can work directly with the client. And it's so much clearer when you're able to pick up the phone and say, hey, what did you mean by that? As opposed to 10 emails back and forth trying to figure out what they meant and making sure you understand what they meant and they know that you understand what they meant. Yeah. All right. So that is like the ninja tactic. It's going to take you a little bit of time, a little bit of research, but you can start, pull up Excel, put out your, spreadsheet or whatever and start typing in some of these usernames that you're seeing on these different freelance sites from people that are buying services that you offer and start doing research on them. You're going to find their social media info. You're going to find their websites. And guess what's on their website? Their contact info. Probably 9 times out of 10, a phone number, whatever. But you're going to be able to go ahead and contact these folks directly and basically work one-to-one as opposed to trying to work through a freelance site to do it. I saw a bunch of stuff coming up over the past couple of days in regards to, freelance sites, Fiverr and things of that nature. I think Fiverr is probably, I don't know this, but it just sounds like Fiverr is probably the biggest, one of the biggest, if not the biggest freelance sites that are out there. They've been around for a while and, it's one of those things. Fiverr is not, I haven't figured out their algorithm for giving out work. I'm a level 2 seller on Fiverr. I do about $800 a month off of Fiverr. And sometimes it slows up, sometimes it speeds up, and you just never know what rhyme or reason they have for giving or supporting you. Now, if you've been on there for a while, and I've been on Fiverr just over a year, and so I've got some repeat clients there. So that's one of my revenue streams. My biggest revenue stream is email marketing. That is my biggest revenue stream, hands down. It is the one to do. But I wanted to come on specifically and talk to you about freelance sites today. Upwork, same way, Fiverr, and it really doesn't even matter the freelance site. They all pretty much work the same. The major thing that is a holdback is the limitation that you have to speak to the client, basically that you're doing work for. You get slapped on the wrist if you try I got banned from Upwork like a year ago. I was brand new to Upwork and I didn't know that you couldn't do certain things. I just signed, I'm signing up, get me some work. And so I had someone that actually paid me for my work. But before we did the job, they sent me a message on Upwork saying, hey, can we do this off of Upwork? And I said, oh, sure. I didn't know any better. I was ignorant, but you can't claim ignorance on that type of stuff. So they banned me for 48 hours. They made me acknowledge their policy and all of that during that. And, so then they put me back on. But I've never done work. No, I have. I think I had, no, I did. I did a documentary last year. A short documentary, paid $500, and I got that job on Upwork as well. So I got a couple of jobs, but I have not actively been on Upwork at least the past 6 months. But all of these freelance websites pretty much work the same. What I'm going to do now, before I close out, I'm going to go ahead and open it up for questions. And whatever questions you guys have, if you're on Facebook, Periscope, Twitter, obviously YouTube, go ahead and ask me the questions that you have, and I will take those questions. Once again, I'm here Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. I will not be here tomorrow, which is Friday. I've got an appointment I must go to in the studio to record a commercial, another commercial here in Milwaukee, so I will not be here to do the live stream on tomorrow. But no fear, I will be back bright and early on Monday, here for you, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. If you guys could share my stuff, I definitely would appreciate it. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Highly important and everything. Like I said, when you subscribe and you tick the bell after you subscribe, you're going to get notified instantly when I go live and or if I upload a recorded video. We've got Jay Flood. Hey, man. It says, hey, Earl, thanks for the great info. You are welcome, Mr. Flood. Sir Leffington. Sometimes I'll send an audio file containing my contact info and title it demo. I've done that same thing, but here's the risk you take. And I think it's a small risk, but it's something that's always in the back of my head. What if that person opts to tell on you? What if that person, let's say something doesn't go right with the job. Let's just say something doesn't go right with the job and they opt to tell on you and reveal that. That's just something, I don't know that that's ever happened, but I thought about that same thing and it's just something that's been in the back of my head thinking about. Cardiac Tamig, I think Tamg, can't pronounce. Okay, hey Earl, just got here. I'll have to watch the full episode later. Not a problem. It will be here for you, Cardiac TAMG. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel, Cardiac TAMG. Make sure that when you subscribe, you tick the bell so that you get instant notification when I do go live or when I upload a new video. I'm here live Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, but will not be here tomorrow because I will be in another studio recording. But I will be back on Monday. So make sure, everyone, that you go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I definitely would appreciate it. I thank everyone that has been inviting people into this. You know what? I've got a question. Wherever it is that you're listening to this, did any of you, I'm wondering something here. How did you find me? How did you actually find me? I'm extremely interested in that process. How did you find Earl Hall Studio, in the booth with Earl Hall? How is it that you came across what it is that I'm doing? I'm so extremely interested in that process as well. And I'm going to tick over here onto Facebook. I think my video is doing a little song and dance here. I'm actually upgrading to a business class internet service probably in the next 2 weeks or so. And I may need to upgrade my computer as well because I'm doing so much live streaming. Well, I do live streaming every day. And then, of course, with my individual group, private group, VoiceOver Fast Track, I do 2 live streams a week. So that being said, if you have not seen or heard of my absolutely free training website, I've got hours of videos there that you won't find on YouTube, things of that nature. Hours of video training on marketing your voiceover business. Go to steps2voiceoversuccess.com. It's steps2voiceoversuccess.com. Join there. It's absolutely free. It's not going to cost you anything. Just dive into the content. Just dive in is what I would like for you to do. Go ahead in there. Once again, it's steps2voiceoversuccess.com. Steps2voiceoversuccess.com is where you need to go, and you can get all the free information that I have there, and would love for you to get it and take advantage of that. But once again, folks, I want to thank you for being in today on, I'm looking for something here in particular. Okay. I want to thank you for tuning in to In the Booth with Earl Hall. I definitely appreciate you being here. And hey, thank you. I'm seeing comments come in from, let me change my little thing here. We've got a comment from Carrie. You showed up on the list of live Periscopes. I checked it out because I saw Fiverr. Thank you so much for tuning in. Been curious about it. Awesome, Carrie. Thank you so much for being here. Thank everyone for sharing what it is that you're sharing of the videos that I output Monday through Friday. It's definitely appreciated. Nick, join us. Nick says on YouTube, join us on VO Fast Track, guys and gals. Smiley face. It's worth it. Thank you so much, Nick. I definitely appreciate that. And guys, thanks for tuning in today. Check out steps2voiceoversuccess.com, steps2voiceoversuccess.com, and find out more information. And I will see you guys on Monday. You folks take care. And how do I close out here? There we go. Have a great weekend.